I just can't help but want to use Slouch when it's hordes of fast enemies coming right at you, because it's so satisfying each and every time. I think that's why I have such a proclivity towards blaster casters as of late, or casters in general, is there's so many of those times that you can just nuke the entire screen around you. But okay, you know what, this identify scroll is gonna go to this ring mail that we've been carrying around for a really long time. Check that out. +5, so it's an equal number of like enchantment upgrades as our leather, while having a much better base. Int +2, so we'd only be losing 6 inch. That's kind of tempting. I'm guessing we could still cast everything in this, even though I could be wrong with absolutely no armor training. Could be a bit presumptuous of me to be saying such things. Definitely gets me that much closer to being willing to remove this drain armor. I mean, I guess kind of middle of swamp is a decent place to do it. Oh, we're not that close to the middle of swamp. I guess we're almost on 4th floor. Because yeah, when we remove this armor, we're going to be drained of a lot of our skills. So we want to do it in a place where we're going to be gaining a decent amount of experience, so it doesn't last very long, the drain effect, but also where it's not too dangerous, because I don't want to get killed just because skills aren't quite up to snuff, even though it's usually not that rough of a drain. Not enough to completely end your run or anything. Just enough to add a little bit of an edge of challenge. Come on, Ice Beast. Scooch over, let your buddies in, let your brothers fight. Okay, new Ice Beast, because mine are almost dead and stuck behind me, so it's kind of nice. With my Ice Beast blocking the squares here, it was almost more likely to get the new summons on this side, I think. It's again another thing that I'm mostly just going off of anecdotal evidence, but Ice Beasts can kind of summon anywhere around you, but they usually seem to summon a bit closer. Even within the range of 4 or 5 tiles, whatever it is. I guess we could probably do some testing. Now there's no such thing as hunger. 2 tiles away, 2 tiles away, 2 tiles. Might be within 2 tiles now that I think about it. Oh yeah, 4 is super far. I think my brain was doing 4 across total instead of 4 each direction, but 4 across total isn't possible because it's got to be an odd number when we're in the center. But anywho, down the stairs we go. Onto the 4th floor of swamp here. Not too sure what to expect out of our little end vault for the area. Bunch of Spriggans seem to just be the theme in general for the area. But I'm going to throw its refrigerations because while we're on the stairs here, I want to make some noise, call some attention while we're free to escape. We also see another of our upstairs right nearby, but let's maybe do a quick check on this other unexplored stairway just to see if it's a location that we might need to escape to, or it's just might be a better egress point in general. Okay, that's 4 targets, so I'm gonna refrigerate. Ooh, right, especially forgot about the Eleonoma doing that. Whoops, well hopefully this does well. It at least slows down all of the reptiles as well, who were currently attacking us, so that always helps out. But it seems like we didn't draw too much else with our noise. It is also opposite sides of the map, though this seems like some kind of special building. Whenever you see actual structures in swamp, you gotta be a little bit on your guard, especially when you're in swamp 4. But okie dokie. I guess nothing to do but just start moving here. Right, we're gonna riposte by accident. I'm gonna take a step down. Okay, I was willing to take a few Hydra hits if the Hydra decided to step next to us there without our Ice Beast moving. Since this one was close enough to attack anyway, so I don't know if it would have moved. But all turned out. Another Hydra. At some point here, gotta start getting suspicious of the biggest Hydra of them all, right? Gonna take a quick peek through here, because what I've been forgetting recently is that there's some of the tells here that indicate what the drain might be. Specifically, if there are crashing noises, we're probably dealing with the Liarnan Hydra here. It doesn't look like it. I did see there's this one message here. A chilly wind blows around you. That must just be something I was casting, right? Does that happen when I summon these buddies and I just haven't noticed that before? I was worried when it was just the one line of it, but seeing it multiple times, no longer concerned. It must be something I did. Holy cow, that's a lot of spectral mist. Is this just one crab? Is the crab gonna walk closer? There she is. You dang old buddy. It is small. Wow, I always forget that these crabs are small. I thought the ghost crab was a giant hulking thing. At least in my brain it was. You know, I guess, oh right, the fire crabs are also small, aren't they? Because that's another one that I imagine, based on threat level, I just think of them as huge hulking beast monstrosities. But okay, I'm gonna throw out some refrigeration. Wait, why? Oh, I was curious why I saw Bunyip, but it's because a spectral Bunyip exists. All good. So if we escape upstairs here, the ghost won't follow us up the stairwell, so I wasn't too scared to throw out whatever need be, trying to just kill off that crab as quickly as possible. And... okay. Slowly but surely getting at least a little bit of a foothold in Swamp War here. And just as I say so, Louise the Corrupted shows up. Banishment 45%. I can't handle that. No easy way to switch to Will either. I should have done another search of this. No, it is just bits and pieces of armor that we've found along the way. Range of 7 is... yeah, we're always going to be hittable by that. That is unfortunate and frightening. So, do we want to try and kill Louise quickly enough? I don't know if I can kill Louise quickly enough. Did not worry about that banish, because even a single turn worries me with that banish. So what else is there? Okay, we cannot step from time. We need more piety to come back to us before that becomes an option. I can hope my ice beasts are distracting enough. I'm going to take a couple steps back. In fact, because Louise hasn't officially noticed us. Okay, Louise has officially noticed us, but is very distracted by our ice beast, right? Right. Okay. Let's not risk anything unnecessarily. Anywhere sub-level 20, I like to be a little bit cautious of the Abyss, and especially if we're on, I mean, a little bit of a hybrid, but let's be real here. With only 13 AC at this point in the game, we're leaning more towards the spellcaster than the upfront personal durable fighter. So, how can I get Will? I'm very tempted to commit to switching out our armor. I think that's where I'm leaning to. Now that we at least have this ring mail, that's, I feel, is a pretty decent option overall. It makes me more comfortable to at least take this off, which maybe will allow us to identify a few, or wear ID, a few of the ones from the shop that we found in Orc 2. So let's do that. Oops, let's not search, let's go with Control G, and off we go. And this armor shop. Okay, it's just under 2,000 gold pieces on our end. Plate armor, I think, is a little bit ambitious. Okay. To talk myself up to removing this because I'm really hoping that we can still cast in these other things. Otherwise, we'll have to do a little bit more scrambling to figure out what exactly we can get away with. Let's do it. It's time to feel a little drained. Oh, holy crap. Rip off our shirts, show our absolutely ripped character here. Really earning that 23 strength attribute. And let's put this on. Check out our spells. Fulminant Prism, already crap, because I never really put anything close to enough into conjurations to make that pay out. Pay out or pay off, I guess. But everything else is looking good. So that's pretty awesome. Only brings us up to 15 AC, but who knows what else is held in the secrets here. Let's buy these one at a time, just in case we get a miracle ring mail right off the bat. Maybe? The +4 ring mail of absolutism in +2. Not quite, not quite. Just slightly worse than the one that we already had. Let's drop that buddy on the floor. And once more is the charm. And give me +2 ring mail. I mean, RC, we are lacking in resistances, but our poison, we no longer have a need for, and that's kind of why or kind of what prompted the idea of switching in the first place. So we're only gaining 2 AC for this switch. I actually need to find leather. I need a scrap piece of leather armor that will not drain me. Switching to and from. Just quickly check. Okay, evasion not affected whatsoever by the changing in encumbrance ratings here. So yeah, 2 AC. We're losing 6 intelligence, which definitely is a pretty hefty change. I was kind of hoping to luck out and get a +7 or better suit of armor there, but I guess, you know what, let's not find ring, let's find ring mail. Should be a little more specific in trying to find what we're looking for here. There's a glowing ring mail. Give me will resistance. I need willpower. And +2 ring mail of willpower. Hey, would you look at that? Okay. Well, well, well. I'm gonna look at this treasure thing because I think I can examine this. +4 ice dragon scales, which we've only killed 1 ice dragon and it did not drop its scales. It's because we have just the 4 enchant armor scrolls. I'm very tempted to squeeze some of them onto this willpower armor that we just acquired here, just to make it a little more competitive in the AC department. But we only have 4, and I'm tempted to hold out for that treasure trove, even if just for the fun of opening up that the loot box that is a treasure trove. So, you know what? We'll try this out for size. This should at least reduce Louise's chances at vanishing in us to a fairly reasonable number. Okay, we are still very drained. Right. Swinging at faster than once per turn though, so I think we're all honky-dory here. Let's double check. Okay, this stairwell is the one in question. Let's check it out. Dang it, I was hoping, Louise, to be able to check 15%. I do wish that we had willpower 3. You know what? We're bringing this Hydra upstairs at the very least. I'm going to be adding heads if I chop. I just chopped once, kind of out of habit there with tab. Let's tack on Ozukubus just to kind of see. That brings us up to 19 AC total. That's not too bad. And then a bit of an interesting choice here. One option is to switch to our other stairwells and avoid Louise, or at least kind of re-engage her. But I'm almost hoping that she's come up directly to the bottom of this stairwell. She'll get 1, maybe 2 free turns. Because I don't know if our slowness affects our stairway speeds. But she'll get 1 or 2 opportunities to hit us at the bottom of the stairs. But then we don't have to worry about closing the distance and getting banished in that time. No matter what, she's going to blink all over the place. Oh, oh, that's why the hogs were there. That makes sense. Okay. So 2 uniques. That's fun. Transforms us into a pig. Okay. Interesting. 112 health. What else do you do? I don't like anything that you do. Decent will on her as well, unfortunately. Okay. We failed. It's 1% for Ice Beast, right? Yeah, we failed our 1% chance on Ice Beast there. So I'm gonna leave. I was hoping to kind of fill the gaps between us with some meat shields to give us some time to maybe launch out a couple spells, see how much effect they had, but nah, I don't think we're gonna. I think we're just gonna change tacks here, and we are gonna end up going this way. Does make it interesting if we run into them again. But maybe we'll try and not let auto explore go too out of control one way or another here, and get a little bit of experience as we make our way through the other side of the level here. But also, oh, I was gonna say, avoid these crazy kids. Never mind. Louise, go get them, tigers. So, Louise pointed at me, but my Ice Beast got devoured. Does that mean they were banished instead of me? Did they step in the way? I think so. Never really know, because quite a few things happen in the turns where we're taking steps. It was a little tricky. Okay. We're definitely in range of banish. 15%. Not horrible. Might be okay. Maybe, just maybe. So I'm tempted to throw out some damages here. If we can take out one of these uniques, that will help us out a whole lot. And we have this corner to duck behind while she's distracted by our Ice Beasts, at the very least. I think I'm gonna refrigerate. Okay. Did a decent chunk of change to her. Ice Beasts are still alive. Come on. And I think we've done it. Beauty. Should actually have gone straight to the stairs, because there's a chance that Karake heard all that and is going to be shuffling over this way, which we do not want to deal with 2 of them in a row. That's the whole reason we took this fight in the here and now. But, okay, that's 1 down. That's awesome. Still want to keep our willpower armor on, because Karake is going to turn us into a little piglet if we don't. And that would be very unfortunate. So let's do our best, if we're able to avoid such fate. Oh, speaking of the devil, get some of the pigs headed this way. There she is. We're at least in a better situation here, though. Have the Ice Beast kind of blocking the pathing like we wanted to last time. So here's where we're gonna launch out some freeze screens. See how it goes. Take 1 turn, spending or spend 1 turn telling my Ice Beast to re-engage here because I want to get arcane vision. There we go. Waiting on another freeze for that. We are in danger of being smited by this buddy, which is a pain in the butt. Actually, even, ooh, paralyzed and confused. Maybe I should be a little more cautious here, but I think we can take her out, and she is the summoner at the very least. Okay, apparently we kill the Sphinx instead, but there are many ways to skin a cat. Whatever floats your boat here, game. Perfect. And there we go. Maybe dealt with some of the scarier things this level has to offer, but that's a big maybe, and I'm in no way letting my guard down yet on Swamp 4 here, because who knows if that's all the end vault entailed, or if there's more at stake. I'm not nearly familiar enough with all of the potential end vaults in general, but especially any that could potentially be new to version 0.26, because I just have these few streamed games under my belt in that regard, or on this version, I should say. Okay. Another necromancy-based book with Bjornir's Vile Clutch and Death Channel. Wow, this game really wants us to lean hard into that side of the thing, hey? But no, we refuse. We do not stray from the light towards negativity. I like the framing of positivity and negativity because I need to do more to actively fight against negativity in my life. I think it's a good aspiration to have. Okay, now we're in official business because this is the end vault. Everything else has just been a bit of a warm-up. I was still hoping against hope that it would just be some kind of, I don't know, multitude of little building structures, kind of like the Shoals ending, where there are lots of little like enclaves of monsters and just one of them happens to have the rune in it. It would have been nice. I mean, it's tough because running away is impossible with Che, so we got to be cognizant of that, make sure we're not doing anything stupid. But this little end vault, that we, at least what we've seen of it so far, is perfectly suited. Okay, that's not fun. I'll finish that sentence first. It's perfectly suited for like Frozen Ramparts and a bunch of our spell options, so it's definitely tempting to bull rush in and take advantage of that fact, at least a little bit. But in more relevant and latest news, Mara showed up. That's always fun. So, very scary, unique in general, for sure. 144 health. Maybe if we weren't at like half mana already, I'd feel a little more comfortable. Like against negative energy attacks. When that when I was talking about fighting back against negativity in my life. I wish that it was that explicit or that obvious, but no, just negativity in general. But anywho, I want to run, I think, or at least give myself the options to. Bolt of Fire does make me want to switch out this ring right away. So I'm switching out the See Invisible ring for some resist fire at the very least. Okay, we might be fighting at least a little bit here. Oh, just making a joke. Yeah, sorry. That's my bad for just being too slow to catch on. It's the second time this month that I've completely just let a joke from chat go over my head. Oh, good stuff. It's not the last time, or not the first time, and not the last time I'll do so, but it's all part of the communications on the internet phenomenon. But okay, I'm gonna throw Corrosive Wand towards Mara, hoping that hit. So my escape plan here is mostly a teleport scroll, which is not a good escape plan. Could put us right into the vault. But otherwise, we do have Step from Time available, and I do want to actually actively remember that is an option. So we need to keep 10 mana around. We haven't used any Ozokubus yet, so we have all full potion usage here, I guess. Okay, I'm going to go with Potion of Brilliance, because I think we're going to duke this out. We've cleared out, or brought in and attracted most of the monsters within hearing range of us right in this kind of choke point. So we're going to fight for a little bit, keeping cognizant again of the fact that we might need to retreat at any time. If we can kill Mara, he does have a Demon Blade, which I really want. But first things first, don't get cocky. Mind on the goal here. Well, I guess kind of in that regard. Actually, if I mouse over with the acid thing, Mara has a 43% chance to evade. Interesting. His 3 AC isn't ridiculously strong, but it definitely isn't nothing. I'm gonna risk one more here, hoping that hits Mara. Might have even hit, I guess, but it at least did not apply its auxiliary effect. Let's see. No, we did miss Mara, unfortunately. Okay, both dragons almost dead, though, which means our Ice Beast will switch over to join us. I can afford another Ice Beast with our Potion of Brilliance. Everything's a little bit cheaper, spell-wise. Seem try a freeze and see how that does. It's alright. I'm scared for when Mara splits. Or blinks. Okay. That's not too scary. That's not too scary. Frozen Ramparts back up now that he's in range. Oh, right. Can summon the copies of us. Is able to cast Ozokubu's Refrigeration, which I do not like. Wow. Our vision's that good, huh? Oh, I'm blushing over here. It's funny when you see someone make a clone of you and you realize just how scary your character is in some regards. Welp. Can I kill Mara? Down to half health. So around like 72-ish? Maybe. Okay. Do a quick peek over the old inventory here, see if there's anything else that I'm completely missing due to oversight. Don't think immolation is the answer. A little scary in this situation here. Any other potions that would help us out? I mostly just want to kill Mara quickly. Is that comparable to how much damage our refrigeration does? Don't really want to start slinging them out. I guess they only cost 3 mana for us at the moment. They are also up to 52% power with the Brilliance. Wish I could shoot my wands past my Ice Beasts without hurting them. You know what, I think we're just gonna fire in its direction anyway. We did hit Mara this time with the Acid Bolt, so that's something. And then Freeze, well, not a whole lot of damage, is at least undodgeable, so it's nice to have guaranteed damage coming down on Mara, so I think I am gonna just go with that. Did another Freeze. He's so close to dead. 72 health, I think we're safe. Okay. 54, 781, right? Right, I should have just done 9 squared. Always forget to do some of the little mathematical shortcuts that make those bits of math a bit easier. It helps in this game that there are a whole lot of things that are like base 3 and that kind of like. 27 is the holy number of DCSS. But I'm going to throw in another freeze, another couple even, because I think Mara It's just about out of it here. There he goes. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, that's something. I mean, oh gosh, it's not over yet, I guess. Let's bring this out to slow the Hydra. How many heads does this Hydra have? 8, right? 8 indeed. Well, well, well. Bring out another Ice Beast. Oh wait, I no longer have immediately just used up all the mana that I'm normally trying to hold in reserve for Step from Time. That's the one. But let's take a peek here. How hard do you hit? 18 per? Yeah. Probably should step away, hey? Ozakubu's armor, probably not going to be enough. At least the Hydra is slowed, so I'm going to step towards my Ice Beast, and the Ice Beast should also kind of prevent it from giving direct chase at the very least. And let's do that one more time. Go team Ice Beasts. Okay, another Hydra coming, so I do need to call in another Ice Beast. It's a weird kind of balance where I really want the mana to Step from Time, but gotta do what we gotta do. Man, really did call more attention to ourselves just the end here. That's not great. Actually, apparently, Ice Beast's Wreck House? We do still have Brilliance up, I guess. Don't know if that's helping or not, but dude, I'm on the verge of escaping here, so I'm going to Ozakubu's. That should take out the Mangrove at the very least. Honestly, does good work on the Hornets too. I'm going to keep doing it while we're making noise here, then send the Ice Beasts. We run. Second anything looks like it might not be going well, like Mangrove, oh crap. Mangrove, for example, I was going to say, but then I immediately ran myself into a corner like a fool. So let's get out of there before I get constricted and die, and let's heal up. Just because we defeated Mara doesn't mean we're completely in the clear here, it just means that we're slightly closer. Okay, let's bring in the Ice Beasts. Come on, team. You can do it. Do you know what? I'll actually throw in some refrigeration, I think, just to make this all easy. And much the same, while we're standing on the stairs and calling all this attention to ourselves, I don't mind at all slinging out bigger spells here. This is somewhere where I shouldn't be quite as judiciously tossing that out here, because there is a lot of unexplored territory and there's a lot more space between me and the stairway right now, especially when Che effectively doubles any of that distance. But go, Ice Beasts, go. Definitely getting my money's worth out of these Ice Beast summons. Doing the absolute work for us. Oh, there's a Swamp Drake somewhere. There we go. Hey, buddy. And step closer. One step closer, at least. Very scared that I'm missing something, that we're gonna run into something else scary down here. I think Lyran Hydra is the only kind of named unique, or non-named unique, if that makes sense. Just shows up as a normal monster, but okay, to confirm it, there we go. Mara was the main bastion guarding the rune here. Oh, treasure chambers is what I was going for there. Might have some more guard in them, I guess. Should have considered that as well. But no problem whatsoever. Can even get some of these nice ramparts going. Finally, take advantage of that spell. Feels like it's been so long. Swamp makes me miss the simple days, but okay. Getting a little scarier. This Berserker, bringing in Brothers in Arms, and all of them berserking, does actually frighten me a little bit. So I'm gonna refrigerate the area here, just try and deal some quick area damage. I don't think I'll need potions here, at the very least. There we go, killed the Berserker. That's the main target that we're afraid of there. And that should do it, hopefully. Looks like it. Well, that's 2 runes down. not too shabby. Again, just mostly have been completely concerned about having Murphy survive even the next 15 minutes after I started today. And here we are, somehow, slowly but surely, inching our way through the dungeon, managing to stay in one piece for the time being. Very much with that caveat for the time being, because no promises. I guess we never even switched out of the willpower armor. I mean, it's tempting to keep the willpower armor on. It's so handy to have even just that one more pip. Especially since we really would prefer to be at 3. But, do I want to wear that? It's crunch time, have to make a decision. I guess I don't have to make a decision. Instead, let's make a different decision first. Where are we going from here? Because that very much could sway our decision in that other regard. I guess everywhere we're going, we need will. Otherwise we might get banished. Depths have quite a few enemies that could banish us. Elf have some enemies that could banish, and the wizards that show up there, I think, at the very least, have some really nasty electrical damage that we are not quite set up to deal with ourselves. Though we could try and do so cautiously. There's always the chance that you never get Arlec, and you just have to kind of make do with it. There are always ways to get around it. But I think that last thought kind of cements it for me. I guess the one thing I should really do, foolish old me, is grab this demon blade, because that's very tempting to use. We could immediately enchant this up to full +9. Min skill delay is at 14, which is the same as our scimitar, so at least don't have to worry about changing up skill limits or training goals or anything. The other thing, this is our first pair of boots. I thought it might be, because I didn't think I was not wearing boots by choice. First pair of boots of the game. Let's celebrate that a little bit. And final inventory clear here. Let's drop out some of this crap. Let's switch our fire resistance back to our See Invisible fancier ring. And I think that's good enough for now. So let's head to Orc 2 here. Perfect. Actually, before we hop in here, I'm gonna make a quick trip out, just a couple seconds to let my dog in, because I think my partner just started up on her appointment for the night. Also gonna run out a bag of candy that my partner requested. Leave it on the table. Be right back. Oh, sweetie. Good girl. Set up her bed for her. That's always very important. Also, I was hoping that my partner has already started and had her door closed, but unfortunately, she noticed me outing her to the stream. Whoops. Well, I think that's it. Let's peek down. Hopefully the entrance isn't too scary to Elf here. Interesting for sure, but okay, I see how it is. Let's bring in the ice beasts. And this should actually work out, because retreating, unlike normal, shouldn't be too hard for us. Yeah, actually, why did I start the ramparts? I need to switch behind my ice beasts for the axe here. In fact, the axe might just beat my ice beasts. Yeah, sentient weapons are going to be a problem for me. Fortunately, very resistant to the elemental stuff. Not quite tenable for what we've got going on here. Do I have enough Like, couldn't use acid wand charges to take care of it. Don't have quite enough to substitute that in. I don't believe we have any... Yeah, fulminant prism. It's weak garbage when we cast it. 14%. Yeah. Do I have anything I could learn? Anything at all that would help us out in this regard? That would be... I guess we want to stick up these potentially castable immediately. Stone arrow, but these are, again, I guess going to be very weak in power level. But these have low health, they're just hard to hit. Okay. I think I'm just going to fight it myself. I want something done right. Okay. Never mind. There's my answer. Just swing my dang old scimitar at it. Here I was humming and hawing and fretting over nothing. Because now these elves should... be suckers for the ramparts here. Especially, yeah, ramparts in this confined space is absolutely incredible. I wish I could just fight the entire floor here. I think that would work out much better for me than the alternative. I'm just waiting turns here. I'm not even swinging because they weren't even making it up towards me. Not too shabby. Yeah, not even able to close the distance. There's also this book here. Didn't notice that until just now, but that's critical, maybe? No, not critical, unfortunately. Portal projectile cause fear, lead us liquidation. Not quite what we were hoping for. But vampiric glaive. Hey, I think the only way to take this one out is going to be to go in swinging. No matter what, I have to take a step in to get within range of the reaching polearm here, but there we go. Not too bad. I guess we are at least half decent at close quarters combat ourselves, so that is super handy. Taking out those buddies, because normally when I'm playing an ice elementalist, that is kind of where things hit a little bit of a wall. Not too shabby whatsoever. Skills are still kind of creeping up here. Could turn spellcasting back on at some point. I mean, I could probably turn fighting off for now, right? Cap that off. Yeah, we'll just focus on these skills. I guess if both are focused, it's like nothing's focused, right? It's just a 50-50 split. So is there any other skill I want on in the background? Translocations, I did have a little bit of interest in dipping into. It'd be really nice to have something like controlled blink, but that is pretty big experience commitment, especially with this -2 aptitude kind of in the background. Another option would be to slowly start bringing this armor up. Again, it's negative, really negative aptitude there, but every little bit does help out a wee bit in the future. So let's throw at least a few points that way. I'll set it so if it gets to 8, maybe I should set that lower. This is pretty much, again, just a warning for me to see it pop up in my chat. Let me know that it's hit that kind of threshold level, but yeah, no, it should be fine. Send in the ice beast against the poor elf mage that's lugging around a -2 longsword. Wonder what kind of draw he lost or competition he lost in order to be stuck with that fate. And go ice beasts. Okay, I actually stepped in thinking that I'd have to take part in the fighting there, but just as I do so, the ice beasts show me up. Call in the meat shields to block my vision from the archer here. Dang it, immediately blinked behind them, but that's fine. We should stop walking towards danger while in combat, well, actively already in danger, but it's fine, I guess. We figured it out. We just need to see how we fare against Annihilator. I guess this is where I should potentially look and see what we're actually dealing with, just to make sure I'm not forgetting any critical spells that could be coming our way. Ouch, that does hit like a truck. Jeez Louise. But okay, there we go. Spawn in. Nope, he blinks out. There we go. Go, my minions. Continue to spread our will throughout the dungeon. Okay, dang it. Just saw that spellbook before we picked it up, but lightning bolt, conjure, ball lightning. So it would be, again, a little bit of a transition. I mean, air magic, still negative aptitude, right? I'm guessing -2. -2. Not as bad as fire, but not great. Yeah, I don't think we'll lean too hard. I think we're actually in an alright spot now, even with just Ozokubus, our ice beasts, and kind of our own skills slowly incrementing up to meet the power level required, I guess. I think it'll all be okay. It just might make it through this one in one piece. Ouch, that hurt though. That's the whole taking a step into a polearm. Took 2 like really hefty hits in a row. Don't love to see that. And I did not expect to be immediately thrust into combat afterwards. What are you even carrying? It is just a standard buckler. I thought it might be a bit of an artifact or something. Looked a little special, but you know what, I'll actually take a step out. My ice beast should still protect me. Replace that frozen rampart so that I am kind of supporting the fight, contributing to the fight. There we go, that's what I was going for. And let us head back to the stairs. Oh, never mind. Fight's not over yet, unfortunately. Now, let's head back up to the stairs. Again, fight's not quite over. Go, Gadget, Ice Beast. I think my Ice Beasts beat their Ice Beasts. One-on-one combat. It's always interesting, though. You never know how things will match up. Now I can go back to the stairs? Perfect. Just wanted to actually heal in safety instead of being so far away and stranded from our one exit point from the level. But, okay. Faced a little bit of the lightning damage that I was so afraid of. Still haven't run into any shock serpents, though, and that's what I'm truly worried about. Well done, Ice Beast. As long as they can close the distance, they can make it work. Air Elemental, not quite as scary as the shock serpents, but still need to be a wee bit cautious the first time we see any enemy before we really know if we're quite up to snuff for taking them out. And I was gonna say that's most of level 1, but it really isn't. We just had a few really kind of concentrated densities of enemies in really specific zones, which is interesting. Okay, get my frozen ramparts up to help. I should command these buddies to attack. Sometimes they're weirdly hesitant to defend even themselves from danger, but come on, Elf Mage, just come at me. It's always a little bit of a pain in the butt when enemies are stuck behind. Oh, the knight is invisible. That's why they're not attacking. And here I was throwing so much shade towards my poor summons, but it's not their fault. Unable to do anything else. Okay, let's do one more step. That works for me. Now I can fight as soon as they're in actual range of me. Is this buddy invisible? No, that buddy was not invisible that time. Ice Beasts were just feeling a little bit lazy or something. Wait, this is... Ooh. Interesting. So this one is not timed, I believe, but still can only visit it once. That is very sweet. What are we sitting at? 1,700 gold. It's probably enough to make a bazaar worth it. There's a small chance that it's just absolutely filled to the brim with incredible stuff, and then I'll be sad about it, but can I take out the orange statue? Because if so, that's very tempting. Dang it. A cursed -1 cloak. Well, finally a use for the 17 scrolls of remove curse that we've just been lugging around the dungeon for absolutely no reason whatsoever. But we don't have to give up this nice magenta cloak. That's a color that I haven't seen in a long enough time that I'm not 100% sure my brain is coming up with the right hue. Go, Ice Beast, go. Well, I guess I should swing at the Earth Elementals. Will they take care of business in that end? Perfect. And now, we're almost visualed? I don't know why my brain went there. Finished was what I was going for. Really crossed some bad wires. But almost finished Elf 1 officially now. Happy to see. Don't love that. Just a whole bunch of miasma all around. Oh, it was a shapeshifter as well. Oh, that's fun. So things could have gone a lot worse there. Should have been paying closer attention to that. Okie dokie. Well, in other news though, can I take you? If you start bringing in all your shadow creatures, I should be able to fight them at the very least. 70 health, eh? Ice damage, definitely not great, right? Very resistant. That makes sense. So, I can Ice Beasts and just swing the old sword, I guess. Yeah, walk into the travel excluded area. I guess just swinging the sword is pretty much going to do it on its own. Awesome. Way to go, Murphy. Well done. Okay. Into the bazaar we go. I hope I don't regret visiting it this early. Ooh, potion of resistance. I both need and want identified. So that's awesome. Anything else here? Could get a potion of brilliance. I'll at least mark it off, but potion shop first. Ooh, evocables. Could definitely lean into this, especially the condenser vein is pretty awesome. If I exit out of here and check out, evocations is at a flat 0 aptitude, so it wouldn't take too long to get that up to a decent level as well. That's another tempting one at the very least. Let's mark it off. No wands that I'm interested in though. No, unfortunately no acid wands is what I'm really kind of hoping we would have seen there. Nothing of interest in that armor shop. This might be the last shop we see. The amulet, Acuroli. Reflect. Do love me some reflect. Plus, okay, it has drain, which isn't great. MP -9, not fantastic, but int +5, dex +10, and shielding +5, all of which isn't nothing. Ooh. Also, an artifact amulet that has the acrobat ego, which I have been looking out for, because if we can get a really crazy evasion, then our riposts get out of control for dealing out damage back as well. But also, not just that, it has Arlek and triple RN. I don't know though if I can deal with a negative will. I don't think I can, because unfortunately I'm already struggling so much in that regard. I'm gonna mark both amulets for now, just for funsies. Okay, I thought so. It's usually just the 4 shops. But let's head on up. Back to this buddy here. I believe we have enough money to buy all of those things because, okay, so this is the total of this list. If we take out, let's say like 1,400, that halves it to 1,400. And we have enough money to buy everything else. Perfect. Buy at least the resistance and the brilliance potion here. And how many curing potions do I have? We're back up to 10 curing potions, so that's not too bad. Oh, I should have emptied. Oh, me oh my. I should have emptied my inventory before coming in here for sure. That was an oversight on my part. I guess I do kind of want branding scrolls. Let's... Scroll of noise. Okay, do you know what? That's actually better in a way. That frees up 2 inventory slots. Ooh, But think that's it. We're pretty good on curing potions. I may regret those words in the future, but for now, let's be happy with that. This is our first condenser vein. It's expensive, but I think I will pick it up. It's nice to have those around, even for just some auxiliary damage without evocable training. It can kind of deal a nice bit of background damage over time. At least if you're lucky with resistances and what kind of cloud that you got out of it, that kind of stuff. Okay, so we will have to make some more inventory room as well, at least just a wee bit. I do kind of want to buy both necklaces. Just while we're here. We won't be able to come back, right? So, what could we get rid of? Ring of Flight, I'm pretty sure we can get rid of, right? In the bazaar here. Also just, wow, there are not many availabilities for flight. Huh. But fly? Okay, there are evocable fly things, and that's just labeled differently. Okay, so I'm gonna drop the Ring of Flight here. Oops. Shift click, not control click, there we go. Because we can always grab even that old dagger if we really need something. So that frees up one space. Now we're looking at just one more. What can we afford to remove from the equation? What can we afford to get rid of forever? Honestly, probably could throw away the boomerangs of dispersal. I like to carry them around as a bit of a weird kind of fun solution to certain problems, trying to blink enemies away, but it's not a consistent solution, so I doubt I'll be using it on this character that I'm trying so hard to keep alive. You know what? As a gift to this bazaar for its wonderful sale options. Let's do it. Almost out of gold completely ourselves, but